Hi guys, so I just shortly ago gotten back from a little outing with Josiah. I took him to Salvation Army thrift store just to get out because it's beautiful out, sunny and nice, pleasant. Um, and anyways, so I just want to say that rest assured if you preach on something or you share something or God gives you something in scripture that you're going to get tested on it and that you're going to need to apply that scripture. Um, so anyways, I on my walk there, on our walk there, I had Josiah and stroller, and we encountered along the way this mother with a girl about 2 years old in a stroller as well. And Josiah was being all cute as he usually is, and as soon as he sees the girl, oh, girl, girl, and Josiah's just adorable, and most people can't even resist smiling when they see him. But this woman, she had an utter look of contempt and disgust on her face, and it's not my imagination. She did. Um, so the only thing that it could be about was the fact that I have my big 6-year-old in a stroller. I can't imagine what else it could be. And so, of course, by now I should be used to this. And, but for some reason I let it get to me a bit, you know, and I let it get under my skin some. And I was just like, but Lara, get over this. You should be used to this by now. Don't let something so stupid get to you. So anyway, so we get to Salvation Army, and I find this three-wheel trike thing that is identical to the one that I had found for our neighbors and that Josiah drives all the time and has ruined the front tire. There's a big hole in it now. And this one had the push thing that you have in the back so that you can push the child in it. So anyway, um, other people working there had seen him in it and stuff, and I wasn't letting him cruise around in it or anything, just in case he run into anybody or something. But anyway, they didn't say a word about it. They were real nice. So I just needed to get us to the book section, which is at the other end. And so I couldn't push the stroller and try to drag that thing. I'd surely run into things and people and whatever because it's just so awkward. And I said, okay, Josiah, you have to drive it. And I had him right behind me, nothing between us. Like nothing could get between us. And I was like, okay, slow, just stay right behind me, trying to be as safe and responsible as possible because there's no way I could bring that thing myself. And one of the women that works there was like, you can't, he can't drive that around here. That's not safe. And I'm thinking, okay, lady, can't you see that I can't drag both things with me? I'm trying to be safe. And my pride, of course, rose up, and because I was trying to be as safe as possible. So I was ticked off, yes, and I had to bite back my retort to her, the things I wanted to say. I was getting frustrated, and anyways, I didn't say what I wanted to say, believe me. I was pretty frustrated with her, and I kind of just went along, and he stayed on it. I just kind of, had the handlebars. I didn't even get him off of it. I was just like, no, I know that's bad, but too bad, because I didn't know how else I was going to do it, and I was just so frustrated. But so I basically walked away before I said too much more. I'm not proud to say that, but ashamed to say that. But I was really frustrated. So anyway, I got him over there and whatever, and it got to me so much. Such a small thing made me so angry, and I was just like thinking, oh God, please help me. I'm sorry I'm thinking this way, and I'm sorry I'm letting this get to me, and my migraine was getting worse. I was stressed, and basically I allowed her to ruin my entire day there. Well, not my entire day, but my entire time there. I allowed her to ruin my outing. We can blame people, and sometimes we do, oh, well, you did this, like we blame our spouses because we're miserable or something, or we blame our children because we're in a bad mood, or we blame something or someone, and really whose fault is it? It's our own fault. It's sort of like if you had a big fence around your garden and you saw some deer and you let them come in, deer would just eat up your garden, right? So are you going to blame the deer after you've opened that gate and let them in? You can't. That's ludicrous, right? And you may not look at it the same way, but it is. I allowed that woman to get into that part of me and get under my skin and make me angry and upset. Anyway, justified or not, it doesn't matter. We have no right. We have no rights. We've given up our rights once we've become Christians, and we have no right to get offended and upset you know, and again, it was my pride, right? Because I felt I was being very responsible and I was doing the best I could. So anyway, uh, but this morning, like I had the last little while, I have a devotional Bible that has daily, you know, it has the date and you read different scriptures for that day. And then I also, when I'm done that one, I have another devotional that it's not by the days, it's just whenever, you know, daily things with no dates. So anyway, it just so happened that one of the scriptures in my Bible, devotional Bible, was the exact same one in my regular devotional. And I was like, oh my goodness, God's trying to tell me something here. And I thought, you know, okay. Actually, I was kind of like, oh no, what's going to happen? So anyway, the scripture, well, it was longer than this, but the gist of it, the main one would be 2 Corinthians 4:16 and 17. Therefore, we do not lose heart, for momentary light affliction is producing for us an eternal weight of glory far beyond all comparison. And there is a lot more to that verse. I encourage you to read 2 Corinthians 4. It's very good. And also one of the quotes that was here is, God helps us to do what we can and endure what we must, even in the darkest hours. But more, he wants to teach us that there are no rainbows without storm clouds, and there are no diamonds without heavy pressure and enormous heat. W.T. Purchaser said that, whoever that is, if I pronounce the last name right. But anyway, and it's so true. And so if you're going to preach about something or share something, and if you're reading something in the Bible that kind of jumps out at you, rest assured there's a reason for it. So I did fail that test, I think. I mean, not utterly failed, because utterly failed to me would be telling that woman exactly what I felt like telling her at that time. And I'm not talking about cursing and swearing. I'm talking about, I just felt like putting her in a place and saying, can't you see, lady? This is difficult. I'm doing the best I can, and I'm being, you know, in my pride. That's what I felt like doing, was ripping her head off. But I didn't. But I also failed the test because of all the thoughts that were going through my head, and the fact that when it was time to go pay, I was like, Josiah, you know, get on. You can ride on it to the cash. We're leaving anyway, so I don't care if she gets mad. You know, like, great thing to say in front of my son. Great influence there, Lara, you know. But anyway, God forgive me. You know, I flunked it. Not fully flunked it, but I flunked it badly enough. So anyway, hopefully next time when I'm in that position, I will pass. You know, someone looks at me funny for something to do with Josiah, I'll just let it slide off my back. Or if someone, you know, does what this woman did, whatever, makes things more stressful, that I'll just not let it bother me. So anyway, that's what I want to share with you. I had to cut off there because the phone was ringing and one thing after another right now, including my son yelling at me. Just, you ever have those days? I know you do. Yeah, he's yelling at me. Okay, so anyway, I hope you passed the test better than I did today. And yes, these things are working in us, eternal glory. They're working in us for our own good, for our good. And so if we allow it to have perfect work, I just pray that God helps me to do that, because I need it. I need to not allow people to affect me the way they do. And when you have a child like mine too, even more so. So anyway, God bless you guys.